welcome to Edo's Catch Up, the only show. I'm Will.
I'm Josh.
And today on the show, a funny line about the news that I'm talking about.
And a very speedy death of Will's line that he is about to talk about.
Yeah, the gag died as fast as whatever that news about death is.
So good.
Welcome to the first catch up in a while. So good, Death. It's been a little bit. We've been a little busy.
We have.
Josh been very busy. He achieved twice. I think
I did
it twice in the. I mean, maybe he achieved more, but at least the two that we want to talk about on stream on pod.
Yeah. Two games came out in the last 2-3 weeks that I've worked on, which is crazy.
How exciting!
I actually have one of them right here.
Oh, cool.
A physical copy. So my boss is sending me a PS5 copy. So I went to EB Games yesterday on my lunch break.
Yep.
And they only had the Switch version. The EB Games near me only had the Switch version. But they were like, I think it's out on other platforms. And I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, good.
I was like, I worked on
I made sure they are.
This game. Yeah. And the guy I was talking to didn't bat an eyelid. The guy standing next to him looked at me and was like, cool.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. So...
Very, very exciting. I was very keen to get my hands on this. I didn't understand what the deluxe edition was of this. Because, every physical copy is the deluxe edition.
Yeah, right. Oh, is it just that it's physical?
Well, that's what I initially thought.
Yeah.
Then I opened it. I did show this off on stream on Friday with Ben. But it comes with... I gotta.
Oh yeah, don't show it. Don't show off your key.
Yeah, I can't see underneath a file that I have open. So it comes with a digital whatever a Blackstone key is.
Yep.
And I'm doing this slowly because it's a different than the original soundtrack.
Yeah, good. It's so
such
creepy.
Concentration on my face, so focused.
Yeah.
A small sticker pack.
Oh, cool! You showed the code.
Very cute.
Now everyone can get your stickers.
A poster.
Oh, cool.
It's a very small poster.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
It does. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Very, very
cool.
small, but cute. And crazy, this blows my mind that something that I worked on has an art book.
Nice.
Very small.
It's a very small art
very
book.
Small art book, but nonetheless, it is an art book. It's very cool. It's got some stuff the process that they took to draw.
Cool. Yeah, nice.
The eels, it's kind of hard to see in that clip, but just the levels of detail that they add from between each one. So yeah, it's cool to have worked on a thing that has an art book. Yeah. Even though it's tiny.
It's very small.
It's adorable. So yeah, very, very stoked that this came out. It's very, very cool. I've already heard it mentioned on a couple of podcasts that I've listened to in the last 2 days. And people are like, this is my game of the year contender.
Totally. Yeah.
Already. People are freaking loving it, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, stoked about it. Stoked for the team. Black Salt Games. They're a small New Zealand team.
Yeah, cool.
Literally, I believe on the back of the art book, I think it has the credits. That is 4 names.
Wow.
So that is the main dev team.
Amazing.
2D artist, a 3D artist, the programmer Joel, who is a legend, and Nadia, who is their producer. She's lovely as well. Yeah. Got to meet those guys at PAX. Yep. They were showing it off.
It really sucks for the rest of the world that Aussies and New Zealand, we're making indie games with small teams and fucking knocking it out of the park. And there just doesn't seem to be indies like that in the US or anything. It's just...
Nah.
It's just
not
us.
to that level. Yeah. I guess to that level.
No. I guess the big companies are just grabbing them before they can do their own thing.
Pretty much. And then bleeding them dry and then sending them out into a different career because they don't never want to make a game again. Yeah, stuff like that. We looked up The Last of Us PC port.
Yes. Yeah.
And I mentioned to you that currently Tiny Troopers, the other game that released that I had worked on more than this game. that is currently higher rated than one of the greatest games of all time, The Last of Us on Steam.
Yep.
But that's pretty much me in my life. How about you? What's going on?
Not much crazy. I called you crazy. Is that cute?
What's you called me that for? What's that?
A little cute pet name
way
for
to
you.
say that.
Crazy. Not much crazy. The biggest thing that's happened for me that isn't work related, because most people that listen to this know what I do in my day to day because they watch it happen. It's like,
it's true.
It's hard for me to be like, this is what I did this week. It's like they fucking know. But in terms of purchasing, I purchased something. I think pretty much around or after our last pod, so I haven't really talked about it. I'm also not going to say what it is, but it's like the biggest thing I've ever purchased. It's the coolest thing I've ever purchased. Like, it's a thing that I'm going to show off to people in a David Dobrik manner of like, look at this thing that I got. So I don't want to tell anyone what it is, but it's slowly coming in parts, so I'm very excited. And when I bought that thing, I said I was not going to buy anything else for the majority of this year because I'm like, it was a fairly large purchase, so I was like, I'm gonna ease off. But then I went to Big W, and there's just been there's this, which is Rocket Raccoon's Lego. It's this little ship, which is pretty cool.
Sick.
The Indiana Jones Lego started, so there's this set, which is like the Well of Souls from Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is really cool.
Nice.
There's this set, which is the start of the movie.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Where he swings across the thing. Throw me the idol. And there's also this, which is the Guardian's new ship, the Bowie, which was in the Christmas special. And then
that's very cool. I like that one.
That one's
so
really
poppy. I like the colors.
And this is crazy. This is only $149, and the Milano was like $230. So I'm like, it's weird that this is so cheap. And it comes with everyone bar Groot and Rocket, which is unfortunate. But Groot is in a like $10 set, so you can get him, and then Rocket's in that $50 one. So it's like you can get the full Guardians crew fairly cheaply.
Cool. That's wicked.
And then I still have to finish building. I have to build this, which is my Christmas present for my parents.
That's wicked.
Which I'm
nice.
Which is the Vincent Van Gogh Starry Night. So what I'm saying is that I did not spend anything. After,
of course,
spending on something that I said I would never spend for the rest of the year. So,
I think you've hinted at me about this thing that you've, right?
I think so. Potentially, yeah. I just like.
I have a feeling I know what it is.
That's very exciting. I hope I both hope and don't that people, because Sam and Josh Finch also have like ideas, and I'm excited to know if it is the thing they think. Mm-hmm. I've said to them that when like seconds before I reveal it, they're allowed to say what they think it is. So it's like,
okay,
so that you don't look like a liar, but it's like, it's nice and close.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm still looking at a lot of Lego that I haven't finished. I want to finish the Horizon Forbidden West one, but I want to finish it on stream because I started on stream. So I've only got like legs left, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And the head. I think that's all. So I'm just going to do that on a stream one
at some point. Lego's just really cool, man. It's very cool. And all of those sets I got before Street Date. Street Date was today, time recording, April 1st.
Yeah, right.
And Big W just had them out on Tuesday, which if I reported them to Lego, they would get in big old trouble. But I won't. But yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff I've been working on and will be working on at some point.
Exactly.
Shall we check out the news? It's been a while.
Let's check out the news. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Today, at the time of recording, everybody, is April Fool's Day. So be vigilant. I already got caught out. I got quite excited about a McDonald's burger that they announced called the McFry. I'm still not sure why they're not actually releasing this as a thing, because I think it's a great idea, and I was going to get one today. But it's basically just a cheeseburger, a Big Mac, or a quarter pounder, or whatever you want with fries on it.
That feels like something, they should just do today.
Yeah.
Around the world, they should just do it.
Yeah. They should just have it. Like, why? It'd be great. And then get... Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd and make like one of the greatest ads of all time.
Yep.
It'd be so good.
McFry.
It's it. So I was going to bring that up That was going to be my news. I woke up, opened Facebook, saw that, and was like, done.
This is the coolest thing ever.
Sweet. But I'm not going to bring up that. So yeah, be vigilant.
Yeah. I saw one from
trying to catch you out
from Ballpark that they're like, we're replacing. I didn't even look into who the person was, but they're like, we're replacing Sam with such and such. They'll be working on keys and vocals, and such will be stepping into that. And I'm like, this is weird. And then all the comments, because I woke up at fucking 12 and opened my phone and I forgot what day it was. And all the comments were like, oh, sick, that's really cool. It's like, it's about time. I'm like, did he get cancelled? What the fuck's going on? And then it hit me.
It's very good. It's very good. But then you have Sega, who dropped a game.
Yes.
On Steam. Have you heard about this?
Vaguely. I think I saw a dolphin.
Okay.
I saw a dolphin.
All right. So maybe you're already aware of this and reading the title as I previously
I don't know what's internal of it. I just know that there is a game from Sega. That's all.
Okay. So they released it on Steam.
Yeah.
I just sent it to you.
Yeah. I'm only looking at the link and that.
Cool.
Shall we have a look?
Yeah. Let's watch this trailer.
Amazing. The fuck is Barry?
So this is an actual point-and-click murder mystery, storybook type game.
Yeah.
With mini games and stuff where you solve the murder of Sonic.
Amazing.
Released today, totally free.
Wow.
I love that they're playing with it and they don't care. And I also
like the fact it's a full video game. What a weird April Fools.
yeah. Someone made a full freaking thing. And they also announced there's a character called like Amy May or something, right?
Amy Rose is the one with
Amy
the hammer.
Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it all happened on her birthday. Yeah, just to add to the dumb nature of this whole situation.
Yeah.
According to the article that I read from Kotaku. Right. So, yes.
Amazing.
Very good, but there you go. Go check it out. I kind of want to.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a funny little thing to jump into
it can't
with
be
Max or something.
Yeah, it can't be more than 2 hours or something.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah, amazing. That's worth free.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Not so good for a family that bought a house in 1974. So in 1974... this family moved into 20 Ingram Street in Forest Hills, Queens. 1974, 1989, a certain comic book hero's home address appeared in comics for the first time ever. The hero is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
The family, the Parkers.
No.
Yeah. So
no.
I'll get to the rest of it. That's kind of the biggest part about it. But like over the years, the comic book writers have denied that was intentional. But like they've clearly just looked into a phone book and been like, that address is fine, and we'll take that last name, and that'll do. So of course, over the years since 1989, like daily letters from children messaging Spider-Man and being like, and all wonderful and adorable, and all of these letters, they were on display. They're on display today and tomorrow, but at the time of this podcast, the exhibitions ended. They're on display at the City Reliquary Museum in Brooklyn as part of the Dear Spider-Man Letters to Peter Parker exhibit, which is very sweet.
That's so cute.
So for a couple of weeks,
oh my gosh,
it was just letters from children from the 90s just messaging Spider-Man, which is very sweet.
That's awesome.
So it says that also there was like over the years, because the address had become so synonymous with Spider-Man, the Parkers even received credit card offers addressed to Peter Parker, like companies that were clearly just cashing in on a joke. But like, let's send a letter to Peter Parker. Like these poor people.
That's so
cool. Dave Herman, who is the founder of the museum, says that our board member, Pamela Parker, so there was a daughter that lived in that place called Pamela Parker as well.
That is So good.
So she grew up in the place, said that her mum was, she thought they were odd at first, but then she found them pretty funny. And it was a cute thing to be getting letters from kids. It's like getting letters to Santa Claus. It's like they're so genuine in what they're trying to do.
That's so good.
Very sweet. But that's kind of all the news of it. The museum's going to hold on to the letters. So it may wheel out every now and then as an exhibit in Brooklyn. But yeah. What a wild thing. The Parkers are real, and they lived in the exact place that Spider-Man lived.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah. Very sweet.
Very cool. Something else that I will love when it comes out is the Horizon Forbidden West DLC.
Oh.
Burning Shores. Did you think there was something else?
I thought you were going to talk about the Scott Pilgrim.
That's true as well. Yeah. But everyone
knows about that.
Everyone knows it's out. It's got to be great. I'm very excited about it. The whole cast is back. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly excited. I now also want to play the game on a stream maybe sometime.
Yeah.
And I will reread the comic leading up to it because I feel this is the news now.
Yeah.
I feel like they may. I'm sort of hoping they lean more towards the comics a little bit because there's some interesting extra stuff that they do in the comics, like funny things. I'm also hoping that they lean into the art style.
Yeah, of course.
Of the comics because the comics and the game sort of fit and it makes sense just to carry on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's there's a part where the whole group, all of the friends go out on a holiday, like a beachside holiday.
Yeah.
Like Ramona's there, Knives Chow is there.
Yeah.
Even though that's Scott's ex, they're still friends and she still hangs out with them because there's nobody else in that town. It's just, they're all just friends and they go away on holidays and stuff together. It's cool. There's little additions to that whole story that they can add to a whole series.
And they've got a numbered episodic books to just follow.
Totally.
Do each of them.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
But back to Horizon. They've got a DLC, Burning Shores. I think this was announced a little while ago. But recently it has been announced that this DLC will be PS5 exclusive. Why though?
Yeah.
Clouds. Clouds are why.
Right.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I'll go into it more. So at the end of Horizon Forbidden West, spoilers, jump forward. I don't know, a bit.
People have played it if they want to.
Yeah. At the end of the game, you end up getting a mount. You get mounts throughout the game, but in this one, you get a flying mount. The first time you get a flying mount. So it's basically just a giant eagle that you can ride on the back of. That also basically just led people to believe that this DLC will be a lot of sky stuff because it's basically the last mission of the game.
Yep.
You get a flying mount. And then that's the end of the game. You're done. You don't need it anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty much that's been confirmed. You will be flying around a lot more in this game. And so they are using in this DLC voxel technology for the clouds. So you'll be flying through them. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah, that makes me think that, there'll be a lot of movement with individual pixels and sections of the clouds. Which will require voxels needing a lot more power than the PS5 has. The article I was reading, the writer seemed kind of mad about it and was thought that it was just a way to force people to buy a PS5, which maybe to some extent,
of course,
but also they could have made the whole game that.
Yeah.
And it would have looked better.
Yeah.
Probably would have, they could have pushed a lot more of that if they were really trying to force people.
Yep.
Not many people, I feel, buy DLCs.
No. Yeah, totally.
That's a fairly limited market.
People still on a PlayStation 4 wouldn't. Because that's someone that's buying a game to play it and move on. Because people who've already checked into PS5 are the hardcore gamers. So
exactly.
It's not going to affect a lot of people for sure.
For sure, absolutely. But also just with that, I feel like there's a point where we need to let developers move on.
Yeah.
From that, you can buy you can buy PS5s now.
Yeah.
And they've been out for 2 years.
Yep.
Let them move on and just focus on one platform.
Totally.
Making stuff for two platforms is so hard. It sucks. it sucks so hard. Like, two of the same platform, especially. Like, you know, we essentially have to make things for 6 platforms. At once. You got to do PC. Well, 7 now. You got to do PC. You got to do Steam Deck now. You got to do PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Switch. And with the Xboxes, there are problems on Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X. Sometimes they work differently and get different problems. And the S and the X of the Xbox Series are also slightly different too. Like
so you're developing for 6 different Xboxes.
And for pros. And PS4 pros and stuff are slightly different as well.
Jesus.
Like, let us just cut out some. It's so much work.
Totally. Especially
it's ridiculous.
Because it's Sony and it's their first party and they're just like, even if it is, you know, the guys like, it's pushing. It's like, of course it's pushing. They want to push their new consoles and they want to make it look good. So let them do that. Like, Jedi Survivor is only on next gen. And that game would have been in, or here gen, whatever the fuck you call it now gen. And that would have been in development before the new generation was even available to them. And they were like, you know what? Fuck it. We're doing that one now. So, like, you know, get over it. No,
absolutely.
There's no time to complain about it anymore.
No, not at all. But yeah, like, it's just the PS4 just isn't going to cut it. And if they did try to, they would have had to make either 2 very different technologies for clouds. Like, one would be voxel based, and then they'd have another version of that, which would be not voxel based, so a PS4 could handle it, which is a lot more work. Especially if a lot of the game is going to be set in the sky and using that. Or they would have to make the PS5 look worse to save the feelings of the PS4 people from being hurt.
Dumb.
Just let them move on. It's fine.
Above all, no one will be playing it because I'll be playing the new Legend of Zelda, which is also in the clouds. So, you know, it's like...
That's true.
People will be playing the cloud game on the shit console. Like... That's the funniest thing is the clouds are going to look terrible on the Switch and it doesn't matter.
True. Very true. I just want to look up DLC. Is there a release date for this? And is it around...
Is it both June or May or whatever?
April 19.
Okay. All right, they get out early.
They've split some time. What other games are coming out around April 19 that Horizon has not... accounted for?
The following week's Star Wars, so, you know, it's probably not the best time to fucking release, you idiots. Every time.
It's so good.
God, they're dumb. God, they're so
at least, you know, with the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC, I finished that in a day. So DLCs are pretty short generally. It's like an 8-hour experience. You can smash through it.
You got a week to play through that.
At least, you got a week to smash through it. I have a week to smash through it before Star Wars comes out.
Well, something that also isn't very long. We've obviously got the Spider-Verse movie in 2 months. My dick. We've got the Spider-Verse movie in 2 weeks, and that will be a full theatrical production.
Wait, 2 weeks?
2 months. I meant to say 2 months.
Okay. Freaking heck. I'm like, there's too much right now. I've got to catch up on...
It's so many movies.
2 movies, and then next weekend is Super Mario? Next week?
Super Mario is this week, Like, it's out this Thursday.
At time of... I think I may be doing potentially a double billing this weekend to catch up on Shazam and Dungeons & Dragons.
You gotta.
Yeah.
It's insane that you've seen Cocaine Bear and not those 2 movies. I know. You've been sick during those films coming out, but...
I have. My parents have been here. Just they've come out in the busiest time of my year so far.
The fact that what you've been watching for films this year is Cocaine Bear.
Oh, man. Just wait for the Rec Seg.
Good. Okay.
There are some movie recommendations there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You gotta stop watching movies at 11 o'clock. A movie that you can watch in 2 months, though, at any time you would like, is, of course, the Spider-Verse sequel. But in addition to that, the producers have also worked on a short film set in the Spider-Verse world starring Miles, which is called The Spider Within. And it's going to make its debut at the Acme International Animation Film Festival in June. Which is really cool. The idea of this one as well is a little bit more as with a lot of short films, a little bit more internal. It kind of is set around like he's had a real shit day as Spider-Man and as Miles, and comes home and he has to confront the manifestations of his anxiety and learn that reaching out for help can be just as brave as an act as protecting his city from evil. It's weirdly worded, but basically, yeah.
It is.
His anxiety demons are going to come to life and he has to battle them, which in turn will teach him to reach out for help, which is very interesting. So nice and deep. Nice and deep.
It's cool, yeah.
Also cool is that
it does sound like a short film.
Absolutely.
It's pretty indie.
And even more so because this is actually made by a team of candidates from Sony Pictures Animation Lens program, which is the leading and empowering new storytellers. So it's basically finding people that may not have the opportunity to tell stories like this and bringing them in and mentoring them and teaching them animation and stuff like that. So it's a team of like
sick
4 or 5 people, and so that's really cool. It's going to have a unique perspective. I'm sure that's what led to how deep and interesting the story is. Whilst it's releasing in June, the film festival is just after the movie, and it's debuting there. So I don't think it will be at the start of the movie, or it won't be a nice little like Warner Brothers short film or Disney. It instead, I would say, will drop somewhere in between the two movies because of course the third film is March next year, so it'll probably just sit somewhere in between there online at some point. But yeah, really cool. Keen for a Miles adventure that isn't Spider-Verse as well, because it's unfortunate that his films are just him with other Spider-Men. So it'd be nice to have an adventure with just Miles, which would be cool.
Yeah, it's kind of more exciting to see the others because you're like, what else are they going to freaking bring out next?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome.
It'll be nice for a solo adventure.
Nice.
Maybe it'll even release around the game potentially as a double whammy of stuff, which would be cool.
True. So much Spider-Man in the next year.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's kind of the best.
It's great. And, I don't know what the new legal deal is with Disney, but it could be a Tom Holland movie at the end of next year. Like, I guess it's time.
True.
It'll have been 3 years. So, yeah, lots of Spidey.
Let's do it.
And lots of good news. But that's all the news for now. So
all of it.
Let's get out of here. Welcome to the ad read. Josh, tell them what games they should play. Let's promote games.
You guys should play Dredge. Out now on all platforms. Play it on a console, though, because I did the vibrations for this. I did some other stuff, too.
Yeah.
But the vibrations were the main thing I worked on, and they're pretty cool.
Josh wants you to feel what he can do with your hands.
That's right. Feel it up. Yeah, or if you play it on PC, plug in a controller.
Yeah.
Check that out. Cool. Jump on Tiny Troopers. I think it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, okay.
It's only like $30 or something. Jump on that as well. I did a lot more of that game. Working on it for basically the last year and a half. But yeah, it's great. It's good fun. It's been going pretty well, kind of as well as we thought that game would go.
Yeah.
It's had a bit of a nightmare development since it started.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a good fun little arcadey game. So go check that out as well.
Very nice.
Yeah,
that's the games.
Got physicals of that coming out soon too.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
so yeah, a little more delayed. Because development for that still has not finished.
Not gold.
We're working on it. Come on.
Yeah. Well, we're going to mention something now. It's called
We are.
Cues from You.
Cue from you.
And then I have to press this button.
Cue it.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Cue it. Welcome to Cues from You. That's where we answer cues from yous with our big old A's. It's true. We're going to give you a big old A's. If you want to give us your big old cues, you can head to the Patreon at any tier and jump into the Discord and give us those cues in the sheet, which can be found in the hashtag AskEtto channel. I guess you've been talking for a bit. I might pick a cue.
Yeah, you go for it.
Let's see. Dolphin Pants. Let's see what happens here. Aliens have invaded, and it's up to you to show them one piece of media to represent humanity. What do you show them? Wow. Interesting. That's a good question. If it was I would say Zac Efron's season 2, where he comes to Australia. That's not my real answer, but yeah, it's nice, and it's nice they get to see Australia and Zac Efron. It's a double deal. That's a good question. Do we show them? Because you want to avoid anything alien based. Because generally we're like, we think you'll kill us.
Yeah, true.
So it has to be very Earth based. Mm-hmm. But do you show them the fallables of Australia? I mean, there's plenty, but of Earth. Like, do you show them mankind being shit in any way? Because you don't want to give them false pretense of what we are as well.
Like to show them something wholesome.
Yeah,
like Family Ties.
Oh yeah, show them a sitcom.
Something real lovely with Michael J. Fox.
Yep.
Chuck him in there.
Mm-hmm. Family Ties, that's a good one.
It's just very, very lovely, very wholesome.
Yep.
Just to make them think that we're not a threat.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because we really aren't.
Family Ties is a great pick. I don't think I can top Family Ties, and no one ever has. I would say
it's the perfect piece of media to represent humanity.
Family Ties, we've nailed it. Mm-hmm. Nailed it in one. Go. Thanks, Dolphin Pets.
I did it.
Good job.
That's so good.
Next cue.
All right. Lazy night meal recommendations. This is also Dolphin Pets. I meant to choose something not from him, but here we are.
Yeah.
He's written a lot. There is a lot from Dolphin Pets in here.
There really,
and he's got some good ones that I really want to read out to you. But lazy night meal recommendations.
I mean, it also kind of tees up with another one that I don't remember if he did it. It was Dolphin Pets as well, so might as well double whammy, which is the go-to freezer food dinner. Because my late night recommendation is make sure you have a spanakopita from Aldi in your fridge, and some decent salad things, and just chuck that together, and it's never a bad time. And if you don't gorge on it, then you've got lunch the next day as well, which is always... I think any late night meal should be available for lunch as well, because you're making it so late, you shouldn't have too much of it, and you should be... You're obviously going to bed late, so when you wake up, you want to be able to have that meal ready for your lunch as well. So I feel like that's a good addendum. But yeah, spanakopita is my go-to if it's in the fridge. If it's not, then it's a toasty. It's just a simple toasty.
I haven't had it for a while because I haven't had a working oven until this week.
Yeah.
My oven works again. Yay.
Yeah, good.
Kind of. The guy was like, turn it on, push the button, and then jiggle the thing in and out, and that's what'll make it work.
Good.
Otherwise, when you release the temperature knob, the flame turns out.
That doesn't sound working.
No. But if you jiggle it in and out, it's fine.
Okay,
but he's coming back. I've paid him to come back.
Yeah, good.
With the parts to actually fix it. But he's like, for now, this will
just give it a jiggle.
Yeah. So last night I had a lasagna, just frozen lasagna, just chucked it in. It was freaking great. I have leftovers today.
Yep.
I'm very excited for lunch. Otherwise, generally my go-to would be just a box of frozen chicken nuggets and chips.
Yep.
Just chuck them in the oven, turn them over after 10 minutes.
Yep.
15 minutes, whatever. And then you have chicken nuggets and chips.
Sick.
Get a sweet and sour sauce, get a tomato sauce, whatever you like.
Yep.
So freaking good.
Yeah, good.
Stuff like that. Recently, Max and I were super lazy and we just let's just have mac and cheese.
Yeah, nice.
So we just got a mac and cheese. Not Easy Mac specifically though. So I think she went to get Easy Mac and she just found one that was still Kraft, but it was called mac and cheese.
Okay.
Don't really know what the difference is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like properly made in a pot. So maybe a little less lazy than Easy Mac. So maybe just go Easy Mac if you want real lazy. Because I'm pretty sure you can just pour water in and microwave it.
Yeah, right.
It's Easy Mac.
Yeah.
Maybe. I honestly, I have not had proper Easy Mac.
No, I was going to say,
I've had Easy Mac.
I don't think I've ever had mac and cheese, or at least in my adult brain. Like I have no memory of having it. So
it's
interesting.
Tasty. It's very good.
Yeah, okay.
And I think you can add stuff to it too. Like I would imagine you could chuck in like bacon bits and stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Just very good.
Like, I just want to say also, just on sweet and sour sauce, why at McDonald's do they not just assume? Why do they ask what sauce?
Why do they ask?
Like wait for me to tell you.
Yeah. Just chuck it in.
Or at least say sweet and sour for the sauce, and I'll just say yes. Because, like, they go Coke for the drink. Like, they're already assuming Coke, which I don't like Coke, but it's like, you've already made an assumption there. Why don't you just assume, like, who the fuck's picking anything else?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, insane. The other day, I will say on that, just where we're going for you, Maccas.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of bundles right now, which is awesome.
Yeah, okay.
There's a savings bundle, which gets you, 4 burgers, 4 medium chips, 4 medium drinks, I think. And it's like the burgers, you can get 2 small burgers and 2 medium burgers, and you can choose what burgers you want out of those.
Cool.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
So, they have like 10 different small burgers to choose from and 10 different large burgers to choose from.
Yep.
So you can sort of customize your meal.
Yeah, sick.
There's a family pack which they've had for a while, but I feel like it's a similar thing. I think the choosing your burger is part of this new thing. And they've got one called the McFavorites.
Oh.
And that's similar, like, 4 burgers and stuff, but they've only got 4 burgers to choose from. We went through the drive-thru and we were like, yeah, we'll get the McFavorites bundle. And the guy's like, okay, cool. Is that all? We were like,
we got to choose.
We haven't chosen our drinks. We haven't chosen our burgers. Like, bro.
He's gone too hard the other way. Jesus.
And it took us so long to order this thing. Like, he was so slow. He kept re-asking. Like, it was absolutely insane. Ugh. And we got through where, like, there is no way our order is correct. He freaking got it. I don't know how.
Good job, bud.
But he actually nailed it. I was very surprised. But yeah, the McFavorites.
Yep.
I think it's you can choose from a Big Mac, a Quarter Pounder, a McChicken, and somehow, apparently, a McFavorite, the fillet of fish.
That's for Dad. That's only for Dad. Yeah.
Your dad gets a fillet of fish?
Yeah. That's his burger of choice at McDonald's. Yeah.
Insane. Literally, after I had this discussion with my family about, like, surely that's not actually a McFavorite, I messaged a friend of ours, Josh, who stayed with us for the F1, which is happening this weekend, apparently.
Yeah.
Another Josh. Different Josh.
Another Josh.
All the ones that everyone else knows.
Yeah.
Who worked at McDonald's for a long time. And I'm like, bro, how's
this still here?
He's like, not that popular.
Yeah.
He's like, we made a few a week, maybe. Now we got it. There you go. They're just pushing their agenda of trying to sell this fillet of fish, and your dad's the only one that's happy about it.
Anyone? Pedro Pascal in a one of those Lad Bible America versus whatever videos. It was America versus Chile, and they brought out like a Big Mac, and he was like, well, this wouldn't be my personal choice. I would probably choose the fillet of fish. And Jon Favreau's just like, and he's like, I'm joking. Like, no. It's like, fuck that burger.
Got it. Very good.
That's all the cues for this week. If you want to submit more cues, please do head to all the things that I said at the start of the segment. You'll remember. You know what's going on here.
Or just go back. You don't even have to remember.
That's true.
It's stored on the internet forever.
Yeah. Yeah, and so is Josh's face whilst this segment card doesn't play.
Rec.
Look at all that pain in that man's face.
Look at it.
We're wrecking. And before we get to kind of our individual ones, something that we both haven't talked about, we'll try and be spoiler free, but there was a podcast that was done with neither of us, which was The Last of Us. Might as well quickly talk about it. How do you think that it all landed?
I really liked it. I thought they pretty well nailed the ending. Like, they did not hold back, and it was quick.
It was very quick.
But I feel like that's what you needed.
Yeah.
Like, they woke up, they're there.
Yeah.
She goes into surgery.
It's a short but sharp
he just goes for it. Like, it's just, They did not make it hold out for too long. Really, really liked it. I don't think we've even spoken about the previous epised with Troy Baker.
Yeah.
Also, quite a good episode.
That was. I think that's my favorite of the series. I think that's my favorite. It felt the most like well-rounded of a story because. I loved the show, but they very intentionally moved away from the action in every situation they could. And that was a nice episode of it had the balance of a lot of movement and a lot of action, but also all the downbeats of just talking, which is good. So I love that episode.
And they held on to that tension that you were waiting for the action until the last moment, which makes it so much more poignant.
There was a great, because the BAFTA Video Game Awards were on last night, and Troy presented an award, and Bella Ramsey, who plays Ellie, glitched into the thing. She's like, Joel, is that Joel? And like, there was a great back and forth, and he's like trying to convince her that it's Joel, and she's like, you do look like a guy that I stabbed a fork into his neck, though. So it's like, it was a nice little, it's a good clip. Definitely track it down.
That's cool.
But yeah,
very nice.
Good app, that one.
Yeah, loved it. And took Max by surprise. It was cool to experience the end of the story with someone who didn't know it. Mm-hmm. So you probably would have said that with your parents as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was just like, what is happening? I just shock, and
I don't know if I can watch season 2. Like, it's just gonna be such a bad time.
yeah, like, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I think I've decided I will watch season 2 by myself. I will watch episode 1, or at least watch until it happens by myself, and then decide if I will show it to my father. Just because it's like season 1 is such a good season without continuing it, and it leaves in a way that's like, well, you can just let the story end here, and you know,
same with how the game was.
Exactly,
like the game totally had that opportunity as well.
Yeah, and I just, you know, if it doesn't need to be explored, I won't watch it. Just because they also, you know, Pedro's Joel is a little bit kinder. He obviously does the heinous acts, but it's like, because we're not playing as Joel for most of the show, we're not killing as many people as the show doesn't show him as a murderer in the same way in the game. So he doesn't feel as mean. He's a lot, I feel like a lot kinder by the end of it as well. He feels like a lighter soul, and so I just don't know if I can watch what happens in season 2.
It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be freaking interesting.
Yeah,
I'm holding back. I don't know whether to wait for the next season or whether to play through the game with Max.
Oh wow, yeah.
I'm intrigued. I don't know where to go with that, but we'll see.
That's kind of the big thing we've both been watching. I'll just say that these podcasts exist for Bad Batch season 2, which is wrapped up. Very, very good end to the show. It's a so-so series, but there's a lot of good stories in there. But we got a podcast out with Ben and I on that. Also with Ben and I, Mando season 3, we did a pod on the first 4 episodes, the first half of that. Yep. It is the best season they've done, without a doubt.
I still haven't gotten to it yet.
It's so good.
I gotta get on it.
It's so very good. But there's a pod of that as well. And then just quickly, in the 2 shows that I want to talk about before we get into movies and stuff. Have you watched any telly as well? Or
no, only 3 movies. I have just started rewatching Only Murders in the Building with Max. She's never seen it before, so excited to experience that with someone again for the first time.
Good. All right. Well, I'll just it's almost a double billing. Shrinking, finished off again. Wholeheartedly recommend that show. So good. Just so emotionally draining for some parts, but then also one of the funniest shows I've ever watched. So interesting. Absolutely watch that. And then I've also just started watching Ted Lasso, which of course is in its 3rd and final season at the moment. I'm going to try and catch up so I can be as annoyed that it's finished as everyone else. And it's also it's the same creatives as Shrinking as well, so it feels like the same show, which is really cool.
Cool. Nice.
But cool. Unsurprisingly recommend Ted Lasso. Everyone fucking does, so you know, it's not new for me.
It is something that I would like to get onto one day. At some point.
Just a big Apple TV binge. There's so many things.
Yeah, true. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Very good. I have 3 movies and 2 sort of games.
Yeah, cool. It's funny because the 2 movies that I was going to talk about are ones that we'll probably talk about next weekend, which is Shazam and Dungeons & Dragons, if you do happen to get around to it. Shazam's amazing. Please see it while it's in the cinemas. And Dungeons & Dragons is so good. I've only got 2 of the boxes here, but I bought I've done with 6-inch figures, but I bought every single character from the movie just because I was like, there's only 6 main characters. I'm never going to buy more than these, so I might as well get I think it is a fucking phenomenal movie that is still at 89% Rotten Tomatoes like it launched with 100% and it's only fallen to 89 after a week and a bit of being out. So yeah, it's wild. But we'll talk about more about that next week. So
yeah, very cool, very nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So I watched Elvis.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
nice,
great movie. Yeah, so depressing. But good. My goodness, they're amazing. Mm-hmm. Like Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
so freaking good and creepy, mean. And you can see how
Elvis fell.
How well he twisted the truth. I didn't know that Elvis had not left America.
Yeah.
I never knew that he didn't play outside of America because his manager was basically an illegal alien. Mm-hmm. Crazy. I had no idea about that. I don't know whether it was just for the film, but it really didn't seem like Elvis had any friends.
Yeah, I'm sure it's true.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine with the time he had that he would have had any friends.
It seemed, based on the movie, it seemed like the only people that legitimately cared about him other than his wife, who, like Priscilla, who, like we don't get much out of her, so who knows exactly how their relationship was anyway.
Yep.
Well, people probably do, but I don't. Yeah. Not based on this movie. The only people that really cared was like BB King and the people back in the old bar that he played at towards the start of the film and throughout it every now and again. Like the only people that legitimately cared about him as a person.
Yeah. Before he became Elvis.
Yeah. And that was it. That was all he had. And he seemed pretty isolated from them for the most part.
Yeah.
The other thing, I watched part of the first episode of, which was just, this was not on my list, but I just remembered part of telly, but it's called Agent Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like made by Priscilla. And someone else. Insane. What a bizarre thing.
Starring Matthew McConaughey as
Matthew
Elvis.
McConaughey. It's hard to watch.
Yeah.
I watched maybe 10 minutes. I'm like, that's freaking weird. Very strange choice, but it's also got sex scenes, so there's also animated sex in it, which is bizarre as well. It's like, I'm done. I've seen enough of what I wanted to watch. But it almost seemed like a Hit Monkey style of animation or something, which is kind of cool. But the other movie I watched, bizarrely, Army of Thieves. So the prequel to Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder. Army of the Dead prequel. Great movie.
Yeah, right.
Really, really freaking good heist movie. Like a lot of fun. Because it's all based around the Austrian guy or wherever he's from. The German guy.
I didn't watch the other one, but I know of the character. Okay. Yeah.
Didn't we watch it together?
No.
Did we not watch it together?
No.
You're right.
We watched The Suicide Squad together. But we didn't watch. We didn't watch that. You may have watched it with Ben or something. But I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fun. Like
cool.
Both movies are quite fun. There's some bizarre stuff in both, but Army of Thieves is really, really good.
Yeah. Cool.
Like there's a lot of fun. There's a bit of a crossover with the other movie in that when they're doing this, like when they're doing the heists, they're doing it because America has a zombie apocalypse that's just started.
Yeah, right.
So it's the beginning, but it hasn't reached Europe yet.
Yep.
But there's fear that it will, so they're trying.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. There's that sort of thing. They're trying to do it before the zombie apocalypse takes over. It's rad. So recommend that. It's very good. The actors are just good fun. The guy, the main character who is he's a not locksmith, is like a vault expert kind of thing. And in it, he's an expert theoretically. Like he's just obsessed with them. Yeah. But he's never done a heist before.
Yeah, right.
He's he works in a bank. Like he's just like a teller or whatever. But he has YouTube videos about famous vaults and things like that, and then he gets kind of recruited in.
Good.
And just his progression and stuff, because in Army of the Dead, he's kind of a side character in a way. But in this, like, he becomes a main character, and he's so fun in Army of the Dead, but in this, he's phenomenal.
Yeah,
he's so good. And you can kind of see why he is how he is in the later films.
Cool.
It's very cool. So recommend them.
Yes.
The last movie I watched, bit of left field here. Barbie in Princess and the Pauper.
Good.
The animated film from, I think, like 2001.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched that.
Good.
Yeah.
Is that on something?
It's on Stan?
No, I mean, were you?
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah.
So my girlfriend loves Barbie. It's just her thing. The OG movies and stuff are her jam. I think I've mentioned this on a podcast.
You have,
before. Yeah. Because like the whole idea is that Barbie is an actress, and it's not a Barbie movie sort of thing. It's Barbie is starring in a movie where she plays other characters that aren't Barbie.
Yep.
And then there is one where there's like a later one where she is an actress, and they reference
the movie
Barbie and the Pauper, Princess and the Pauper and stuff.
Yeah.
That she is an actress in those things.
Yeah, cool.
One of my favorite parts of the film was they basically do the Toy Story credits where they animate Koopas.
Good.
So good. It's like so freaking funny.
Yeah.
They do it so well. I almost found them funnier than the Toy Story ones as well. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
Sweet.
So yeah, watch that.
Good.
I'm sure they will come up more so over time.
Well, you got to watch them all before the live action.
The Barbie film. Yeah, I wonder if there'll be references.
Surely.
That'd be super freaking weird.
Well, there's shots in the trailer that look like they're shooting a movie. Like it looks like
cool.
Like Simu looks like he's in like a dance number that's being shot. So
great.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I also watched 2 other movies. The first of which Ben and I had a discussion about. I think you and Ben are on a similar page. I didn't like it. I watched Cocaine Bear. I messaged you through it. There's bits in it that are funny, but I thought as a production it was bad. Like it was not shot well. The editing's fucking whack. There's just moments where a character says a line where it's like, what? Why have you, what? It's like they've clearly just lifted, because the movie's a nice tight 90 minutes. It was clearly a 2 hour something or an hour and a bit, and they've just pulled out scenes. Like there's character beats that don't make sense, and it's also a modern film where, because you shoot on digital now, you can get more light in the camera, and so you don't need lights. And there's the bit in the waterfall, and it's basically in darkness. Like you can't see a single person's face, and it's just like there's moments in the film like that where I'm just like, oh, come on, man. It's also directed by Elizabeth Banks, who is just a horrible director. Like she's just the worst. I just prefer if she was Wild Style in the Lego Movie, and that's it.
Sure.
But yeah, I like. It was a fun 90 minutes.
Someone or other in a Spider-Man movie. Betty Brant.
Oh yeah, she was in the original ones. Yeah, she was in Betty. She was in Betty.
She was in her.
But yeah, it didn't work for me in the way that I think you and Ben really enjoyed. But the thing that did work, which I can't even describe, is Infinity Pool, it stars Alexander Skarsgård and Mia Goth. It's it's art house as fuck. It's a weird tension horror thriller thingy. I can't describe it. Go watch a trailer for it. It was a weird 2 hours of me just like spread eagle on the lounge going like, the fuck is this?
Nice.
But it's cool. I want to watch more of her stuff because she's in stuff like Pearl and X, and she's done a bunch of weird kind of indie lo-fi thriller stuff. And Mia Goth is a strange human. I recommend it if you've got time and maybe drugs. It's a very strange movie. But that's all the things I've watched. Games. You said you had 3 games.
2 games.
2 games.
So basically, it's not much. Look, I've played more of Hi-Fi Rush. Mm-hmm. It's been a while since it had been a while since I jumped into it. I feel like I'll finish it, but
That's kind of it, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Like...
But
I don't know.
I didn't want to hype it up for you because it was kind of like, that's kind of where I got to it. I've played enough of it to be like, well done. cool.
Yeah, like I get it. I appreciate it. I like the ideas and stuff, but yeah, I can't see myself fully like settling in and being like, this is freaking awesome. Like I finished one more level and then just sat for a while because the next game that I mentioned, their servers were down for maintenance.
Right.
I was playing this other game, and then the servers went down, so I jumped over to Hi-Fi Rush, finished a level, went back to the other game and went,
nah,
servers are still down. And then I think I just jumped on YouTube and watched some YouTube for a while, and then went to bed. But I've jumped heavily right back into Riders Republic.
Yeah. To the point where we were watching Mandalorian, Mum's like, "Why does Josh want me to Riders Republic?" I'm like, "She doesn't. Facebook's just fucking weird."
Oh yeah. Just thinks that you're tagging individuals. Yeah, so I'm so heavily back into it again.
Yeah.
To the point where I believe I have 3 trophies left.
Insane.
Which is why I'm looking for someone. There is one freaking mission left. One trophy.
Yeah.
Where I need to play with a friend. I need to play 10 games with a friend.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I'm asking for. It'll be like less than an hour of somebody's time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
How has no one
and then it's done.
Said yes yet?
I can't find anyone that has this game.
That's wild.
I will play it. It's nuts.
That's crazy.
I've done, like, I'm pretty sure today, once we finish this, I will finish 2 more of the trophies. So I will literally have 1 left. Wait. Yeah, 1 left. So you need to finish 50 mass races. That's going to be the one that takes me ages.
Yep.
Because they take about 15 minutes each. And they only run every half hour, I think.
Yeah, okay.
So once I finish these other 2, I'm literally going to have Riders Republic open while playing games on my Switch in handheld mode so that when mass races come up, I can jump back onto Riders Republic and continue playing.
Yeah.
Apparently, I unlocked one of them last night.
Nice.
I'm also excluding currently the platform. So there's the platform, the platinum.
Yep.
So there's 4 left, but there's 3 to actually do.
Yep.
Sick. Wild. I don't remember that actually even coming up, but one of them was finishing 50 free-for-all sessions.
Yep.
Which I'll talk about for a second.
Yeah.
So these are ones where you just jump in and it's like, a single, it's almost like a race, a tricks thing, and it's just a one-off, like you just jump in, but you do it with real people.
Yep.
Some of those took me an hour of matchmaking to match with one of them. After like doing that for quite a while and really working towards it, I think Friday night, maybe, they launched a new season. So everyone came back.
Good.
The free-for-all things are BMX exclusive things right now. So all I've been doing is BMX things. I've figured it out. I can beat everybody all the time. I worked out how to beat every single person in the BMX thing. I can crush it. So basically all I have left is find 200 landmarks, relics, or collectibles. So I'm so close. So that'll be what I do today after this.
I swear,
immediately.
I swear there was a moment in the podcast or a stream where we were like, "Are you gonna platinum things anymore?" And you're like, nah.
That's all I've done this year.
Yep.
And they're games that are like years old.
Yeah.
I've played like nothing from this year.
No, there's been nothing. It's okay. It's okay.
It's true. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, there's just nothing that I'm that interested in from this year yet.
No.
Like, I'll do the DLC of
Horizon,
Forbidden West. I'll do Star Wars. I'll do Zelda.
Spidey.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. You could put Diablo on there. You can play some Diablo.
Diablo will definitely be on there now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it'll be on there.
Yeah. That's so good. Well, speaking of Star Wars, I burnt through the entire game on stream, which was very fun.
You did. Nice.
As Mando via some mods, which was very fun.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So very cool experience. Also modded Night Sister Mirren as Bo-Katan, which was very good. So whenever she popped up, it was
so sick.
Yeah, it was very fun. And it's still a great game. All the complaints I have are still there every time I play it. I just think that the maps are shit. They're hard to navigate. The map that you look at is also just the worst because there's always so many layers to the worlds that you're in, and it just doesn't show it very well. So hopefully that's fixed. And I find that the combat is like 90% there. It's like it's fun, but it does, by the end of the game, feel like you're just hitting someone with a baseball bat, and it's just like, just get them down enough to be able to get a strike in. But I think a lot of that's going to be fixed in the new game because one of the craziest things, I don't know how it's going to function, but it's almost very Ghost of Tsushima, is that you're going to have the different stances that Jedis practice available, so you can pick different ways to fight people in the different ways that Jedi, which is really cool. So I think a lot of that will work to fix that, and just hopefully they took the map criticism to heart and it won't be as annoying. And they've got it's because the first one looked quite pretty. And so it almost looked like some parts they were really doing like the Crash Bandicoot. We need to like cover being able to see too far because this won't run on those consoles. Yeah. But now they're all next gen. Is it exclusive? Yes. Yeah. Next gen entirely.
Excellent. Yeah. Good. So yeah, it's
going to look great.
They have so much to work with. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm so keen. I also played 2 hours of Char, which Josh is reacting to something. What's happening?
Joshy has just linked me to a small Riders Republic group.
Amazing.
Just then.
Good.
I think it's happening. Yeah, baby.
Good.
Thank you, Joshy. You're the best. Shout out to Joshy. What a legend.
I also played 2 hours of Char, which was the one that was like you can turn into objects and stuff.
Yeah, nice, cool.
I hated it, but people seem to be some people enjoying it. I thought Dolphin enjoyed it, but then he talked about the one thing I like about it, which is at any point in the game, you can go into the pause menu and select skip gameplay mechanic, and it basically will just get you to the next thing, which... Because there's bits where there's a bit where you play like a guitar and it's kind of like The Last of Us, but it's like you're playing along to a song and I'm like 2 minutes into this fucking song and I'm like, this song's not ending. This is too long. And so there's so many moments of like, this isn't a fun mechanic. Stop, please. And so I'm sad because I thought it would be a Will game and I would really enjoy it, but it is not. But you know, some people might enjoy it. It's an open world. You might like it, Josh. It's a big open world.
There you go.
So it might scratch an itch. What did scratch an itch for me is a comic series I'm halfway through. I read the first 6. I think you may have gotten this as well. It was one of the many comics that we just get from like shit bookshops. And it was one of the few that was a number 1. And I was like, sick, I'll buy it. Which is Marvel's The 12. Do you think that you've ever grabbed that?
No, I don't think I don't think I got the 12.
So I 100% recommend it. It's kind of a little bit Invincible, a little bit The Boys, a little bit like the premise is there was a bunch of heroes in World War II, kind of Captain America-esque thing. They're all very, I think I got a picture of their like attire, like you can see very much that. Like golden age heroes looking stuff.
For sure. Yeah, nice.
And so they were fighting in World War II and then they get to like a Nazi base and they get overpowered and the Nazis are like, they cryo freeze them. They're like, we're gonna just like work out how they work. We're gonna make more of them. This is gonna be sick. And then the base like gets destroyed and they get covered in like, they get caved in. And then it's like flash forward to modern times. They get unearthed and all these heroes are just sitting there in cryogen. And so it's 100% the Captain America thing, heroes out of time.
Yeah.
But it's the reason I say like Invincible is it's a little darker. Like everything's shit. It's not Captain America where he wakes up and joins the Avengers and has a good time. It's like they wake up. My family who were Jewish, I was out fighting the Nazis and I pretended not to be Jewish so that people didn't think I was a Jew. And like, it's like all these old secrets and stuff come up and it's really cool. There's a character that like is he's kind of like the underminer kind of thing, and thinks that his family's buried underneath the earth. And halfway through the series, you realize what that reality actually is, and it's fucking traumatizing. It's a sad series. And I'm going to read the other 6 on Marvel Unlimited. It is on there, which is good.
Just looking for it.
Yeah.
And there looks like there's a one-off called The 12 Spearhead.
Okay, cool. But
that looks like the only extra one.
Really, really cool. And it's one of those things where
that sounds wicked.
It hasn't had any direct connections to Marvel, but like this Daily Bugle and stuff. So I think it's set in the universe, but it's just avoiding Spider-Man and stuff like that. It's which like reading it, I'm like, man, if you made this a limited run series for Disney Plus, like this with Werewolf by Night and stuff like that, like this is the stuff that's going to make you interesting again. So it'd be really cool. But yeah, big recommend Marvel's The 12 if you got Unlimited or if you want to buy it in stores.
Very nice.
That's all the things we've been watching and reckon.
I think that's it.
If you want more things, though, we've of course got the Toe Vee guide. We've got to fill you in.
Of course.
Today, at the launch of this podcast, Road 96 Mile Zero, which is a prequel DLC to Road 96. And it stars a skater boy, Josh. When you look up the title of the game, it says Road 96 Mile Zero and then the little skateboard emoji. So I assume that's an important part of the game. That's coming out on Tuesday on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Switch. Meet Your Maker, which is interesting. I still don't quite understand this game, but it's a first-person building and raiding game where every level is designed by players. So other people are building the levels that you then play in a like first-person shooter kind of situation. Hence the Meet Your Maker part of the title. I want to look more into it. I've seen good things. I've heard good things. Apparently, it's kind of like a lot of games that do new things where it's like, it's cool to experience, but the next time someone tries to do this, it's going to be really good. It's like, this is a really good ground zero of what this new genre might be, which is cool.
Sure.
But that's on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, also on Tuesday. Wednesday the 5th, Louis Capaldi, How I'm Feeling Now, his Netflix doco drops, which I'm very excited for.
Cool. Yeah, nice.
It looks very sad and but happy in the ways that he is, because it's dealing with, he's got like severe anxiety, which then leads to him finding out his diagnosis of Tourette's and how that affects. Like it's less so a fun tour video and more his life in the last couple of years, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And will be, pretty painful. But to lift your spirits, Thursday, but also Wednesday, I'm sure they're doing preview screenings. Super Mario Brothers movie is out. Yes. Very excited to see it.
So keen.
I don't think it's going to be bad. How crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very good.
It feels weird that we're going into it with positive expectations.
Yeah.
Whereas like even Sonic, both Sonic movies, I feel like we went in with like... I don't know. This could be terrible, but let's just give it a go and hope that a low bar will get us through. But far out. Yeah.
Just looks good.
So keen.
Also that day, if you don't want to go see that, you can watch the first episode of Rise of the Pink Ladies, the prequel Grease series on Paramount Plus.
I thought I knew where Pink Ladies was from. Oh my goodness.
Who knows? Maybe that'll be a hit for him, but weird.
Far out. Not much. Maybe like a gritty, like dark.
I'm sure
something.
It feels like they may have looked at the Bel Air series, the prequel, the rebooty thing, and they've gone, we can do that for Grease. Weird. Sure. Welcome back to the catch up, everybody. Welcome back. It's a reference you don't get because you don't watch the show I work on.
That's right.
How dare you?
Sorry.
And I don't play Dredge, so it's how we...
okay. We just don't support each other anymore.
Yeah. Well, how you doing?
I found out yesterday... Yeah, I found out yesterday that I still get all the announcements and stuff on the Back Pocket Discord and some channels, but I've been kicked out of it because I am not on the
Patreon.
Not on the Patreon anymore because I don't watch it because I just have so many other things happening right now. Yeah, I was like, oh, they haven't kicked me out. I can still like get all the announcements and stuff. And then people on stream last night were like, oh, jump on and like go to the looking for a group, tab and stuff. And I clicked it and it's like, you can't see this. Like,
God damn it.
I have been kicked out.
If only two people you're friends with could sort that out. Nah.
If only.
Watch the fucking show. Don't watch it. It's fine. It's great.
It's
Back Pocket, Thursday nights.
Love it. Dredge will be on this week. Watch it.
Yeah, it'll be good fun.
You should get the devs. You should contact the devs and get them on it.
Mm-hmm.
They'd probably talk to you.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, we should do that. I'm gonna put it in the chat. And also going to end this podcast. If you want more of us in your face, you can go to etto.card.co. That's double R in the card. And you can find our TikToks and Twitter for now. And all the rest of the things that are in that little link. God, Twitter's almost gone. Again, this time it feels like it's really going. Like he's really made a dumb choice. God damn it. God damn it, Elon.
We'll see.
And if you want more of us, we stream on the twitch.tv/ettonline, usually Mondays, sometimes Wednesdays, and occasionally Fridays. We never actually definitely do a stream, but those are the days we might be there. What great streamers we are.
Yeah. So just blank out your schedule just in case we do.
We might be. 3 days we might be there. That's pretty good.
Right.
We might be.
They're good odds. There's some good odds.
Fucking hell. I like those odds. And I like this pods. Until the next time, I have been Will.
I've been Josh. Well done. That was great.
I was pretty proud of that one.
Bye, everyone.
That one.